everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be showing how to start model rocketry if you feel like starting model rocketry or like my content and you want to do it too. Okay, before we get into the video, can you please like and subscribe so I can have my channel grow? My goal right now is 100 subscribers and it would mean the world to me if I got to it. Thank you. First, we're going to want to look at buying model rockets, at getting a model rocket. Let me just say that I am not sponsored by any of the companies or corporations listed here. I just think they have good model rockets and are a good website. Okay, so I'm going to recommend Estes.com. I'm going to recommend Estes.com because it's a good website, it's easy to navigate, and Estes has a lot of good model rockets. Now you're going to want to go into shop, rockets, and rockets. Now you're just going to want to pick out a rocket that you think is nice. If you really want to do a scale modeler, there's scale models like the Saturn 1B or Saturn 5 Skylab, or there's another Saturn 5 and even an SLS. But for beginners, I recommend a launch set. If you like the rockets and think you'll really like model rockets and you're really into it, then I recommend launch sets. Now, there are a few types of rockets. There are rockets that you have to build that are not ready to fly, rockets that you have to build tiny bits of or some of that are almost ready to fly, and then there's completely out of the box ready to fly rockets. The Riptide is an out-of-the-box ready to fly, and so is the Centurion. If you look at these, there are a few. Say I wanted the Alpha 3, because it's not too expensive and it looks like a fun rocket. Then I would look at the stats and stuff. It's a beginner launch set. I really recommend beginner. And you can get engines here too, but I recommend getting engines from a local club or shop, but we'll talk about that in a second. Now, if you're like, I like model rocketry, but I'm not sure about if I'm ready to spend this much money because I might not like it. Well, then I recommend looking at rockets that are beginner. These don't come with launch pads, but they're still good, and we can talk about how you can find a launch pad. As you can see, these get a lot cheaper without the launch pad and launch supplies. For example, you can get a $10 model rocket if you choose the Gnome. There's also the Illusion, the Neon Tiger, and stuff like that. And it depends if you want something other than that. Like the Neon Tiger is kind of a gimmicky rocket because it has a tube that at apogee will fly away, which is the highest point of the flight, will fly away and glide down while the rocket goes with a 15-inch parachute. There's also a rocket similar to that called the Javelin. It's somewhere here. I have that rocket and I enjoy it a lot. So yeah, you can look at those. Now let's get to the launching and joining a club. If you like model rockets, then you should join a club. I recommend going to the National Association of Rocketry site, and here's how to find a club. First, you go to home, and then you go to local clubs. Press local clubs here, and then go down here, and then pick the section list. Now, finding a club, it's really easy. Say I live in Ohio, so I'm going to go there. I would click on choose a state, and then I would go to Ohio, or you could do See Map, which you can look at a map of basically the entire world, but there's only nautical clubs in the US, so that doesn't really work. So I was in Ohio. This is a bit harder to navigate, but it still works. Say I was in Ohio, I would go down, select Ohio on the list of states, and then here's all the clubs I can join. So first, let me get, what is a club? Well, a club is a group of people who want to come together and do model rocketry, and they can help you out. And some clubs also sell stuff from their personal shops. They can help you out with stuff you want to do, and you can build and like if you are a beginner and you go to a club and you're having trouble building a model rocket, then if somebody's nice there, then, which in my experience a lot of people at clubs are nice, then they might help you out. You can also get parts there and just a general building space, and they have plenty of tools and stuff to work. So say I was just looking through the Ohio clubs and I decide that I want to go to Right Stuff Rocketeers. Then I would click on that, find their location, and then find their location and contact, and get into contact with them to about joining the club. Anyway, that's how to join a club. Now let's also talk about launches. Say you didn't want to spend too much money and you bought a model rocket, but you don't have a launch pad for it or launching materials. You go to find a launch. Here you can find a launch and then go to a launch calendar. There are contest launches and just normal launches. So here after you learn about launches and stuff, go to the launch calendar. Go to the launch calendar and go to map, and then find your area. Find your area. Hold on. Find your area. Here is Ohio. Here's Ohio. There are no recent launches in my area, but once you join a club, you will also be able to find. You'll also be able to find launches that they may have private launches with. I know my club does launches about every other Saturday. So, yeah, that's a good base of it. Also, a very important thing, always be safe with a model rocket. Read the safety codes before doing anything with model rockets, because they are very important. There are PDFs here you can download, or an online version, and safety is very important because model rockets can harm you because they do use flames. However, model rockets are very safe in my opinion if you follow these rules. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next video.